President Obama is making his final push to fire up Democratic voters across the country. The president headlined rallies in 5 states this weekend. He was in Charlottesville, Virginia for Congressman Tom Perriello on Friday night. He rallied in Philadelphia, Connecticut, and Chicago, all places with close Senate and gubernatorial races on Saturday. He did that on Saturday. And today he finished with a rally in Cleveland for Governor Ted Strickland.
Cleveland, in just 2 days, you got the chance. In 2 days, you have the chance to set the direction of this country and this state for many years to come. Just like you did in 2008, you can defy the conventional wisdom. The kind of conventional wisdom, the stale wisdom that says you can't overcome cynicism in our politics, that says no, you can't overcome all the special interests and all the special interest money, that says no, you can't tackle the biggest challenges in this country. In 2 days, you've got the chance to once again say, yes, we can.
The president making a big pitch, but I have to say, I don't see an enthusiasm gap. An estimated 200,000 people have come out to see President Obama during his midterm campaign swing. His efforts appear to be paying off in early voting. Democrats have the edge in early voting in Nevada and other key states. Joining me now is Senator Sherrod Brown of Ohio. He was with the president today at that rally in Cleveland. Senator, good to have you with us tonight. What kind of reaction are Ohio voters going to have to President Obama, and what kind of an effect is that going to have this close to the vote on Tuesday? What's your anticipation? What are your expectations?
Well, thousands joined the president today at Cleveland State University, downtown Cleveland. 35,000 had joined him in Ohio State 2 weeks ago. Bill Clinton was in Northeast Ohio yesterday, saw big turnouts, enthusiastic turnouts there. And more important, perhaps, than any of that is some 1,000 people left that rally and went about 3 blocks away to vote today in early voting. So I don't buy this enthusiasm gap at all. And I also said to this rally when I spoke before the president arrived that everybody in the Wolstein Center should, in the next 3 days, think about 5 people whom they know that might be a niece or a next-door neighbor or somebody at church or somebody from work or school. Think of 5 people who may not be voting and talk to them and make them your project to get them to the polls, and talk to them about Strickland, talk to them about Bucherri if they live in Canton, or Driehaus if they live in Cincinnati, wherever. And I can see that sort of infectious enthusiasm working its way across the state.
Senator, how important is it for Governor Strickland to win from the standpoint that we have seen Republican governors, in fact, one of them here in Minnesota, that has put the brakes on the stimulus package and getting the money out to where it has to go to have a real impact on the economy? Ohio, a crucial state when it comes to the presidential in 2012, as it has been every year. How important is it to have a governor that's going to be working with the Obama folks who are trying to jumpstart the economy in an area that's been hit hard in your state of Ohio?
Yeah, put the politics aside and just talk substance, as you're suggesting. The Recovery Act has meant tens of thousands of jobs. I could take you on a tour from Lordstown to Mansfield to Circleville to Dayton to Cleveland to Toledo, places I've been and seen the results of investing in the auto industry, of the Recovery Act, of the 48C, energy tax credit, of this SBA loans, all the things that have happened. And if Strickland loses, if John Kasich wins, you're going to see major cuts in education and health care spending. We know that. You're also going to see, from what he's saying now, very little cooperation on building the partnerships between government and business. This isn't government spending money to create jobs directly. It's mostly government and business partnering to create jobs, and business invests a whole lot more than the government tax credits are worth to stimulate the economy and create jobs. It's pretty simple.
And Senator, what has been the response of Ohio voters to the attitude and the approach and the game plan of Senator Mitch McConnell, the Republican leader in the Senate, where he says the single most important thing is to defeat the president? We want to achieve that. What we want to achieve is for President Obama to be a one-term president. Our single biggest political goal is to give our nominee for president the maximum opportunity to be successful. We need to work smarter than we did in '95. But how are Ohio voters feeling about, I mean, they just advertised their obstructionist attitude. How's that playing?
Yeah, I've been around the state through October, not so much campaigning as on a Made in Ohio tour, going to in manufacturing plants and seeing the kind of cooperation coming out of the Recovery Act and in enforcing trade rules and other kinds of business government partnerships. And it's the response to things like that. People don't think that many people have reacted against the obstructionism anyway. You know, some of course blame the president too on this, but when the majority, the minority leader in the Senate, the Republican leader in the Senate, says things like, as you just said, that my number one goal is to make Barack Obama one-term president, I think that bothers people because they know it's a two-way street. They want to see compromise from both sides, and when one guy says that and keeps his people in line, and then you got the Tea Party activists on their side also, threatening them if they work with us, and it doesn't portend well. I'm hopeful that will change in the months ahead after this election. I'm going to work to make it change. I don't know what will happen.
Senator Sherrod Brown, good to have you with us tonight on the Ed Show. Thanks so much for joining us. You bet.